Well, hello everybody. It's a beautiful Saturday. I'm in the garden enjoying all of the beauties. We had a little bit of rain and the plants are happy. So just walking around checking to see how they're looking, and my gardener's here with me today, so he's doing a few little touch-ups. And so the idea for today is that we're going to be walking around, going around the garden and seeing what needs to be refreshed, trimmed, um, get rid of all of the dead leaves and stuff off the plants, and possibly just doing whatever we see needs to be done to give the garden a fresh look. But for now, I'm just wanting to walk with you through the garden and talk a little bit about where we've come from, how we got here, and I'm hoping to at some point do a video for you guys so you can see. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do each section of the garden before and after, but I think that you guys will really appreciate, like I said, where we were and where we're coming from and where we are now with the garden. So I have to say that it has been quite a mosquito a mosquito time. I mean, these mosquitoes, I have a saying, and I forgive me if this means anything anywhere else in the world, because it's just a word I have a tendency, and my husband always say, you have your own vocabulary because I come up with these words, right? I just come up and I make up these words, and sometimes I don't even know if there's a word sometimes that's even close to what I say. But I call the mosquitoes here mojitos because they're at a different level. Let me tell you guys, these mosquitoes, they have no behavior. They just do their thing. I mean, I at one point I said, "Oh my goodness," and I said this to my husband. I said, "Oh my goodness, these mosquitoes feel like they're just gonna pick you up and take you away." But anyway, that's just a humor this morning about the mosquitoes. So what I do is I know there's a lot of ways to keep them at bay and to get rid of them. So what I found works for me, and as you can see, all around my backyard, there is vacant land. So there's trees and shrubs, and here in the Cayman Islands, especially where I live, what happens is that there are areas that is swampy. So whenever it rains, it settles water, and of course, before it rains, sorry about that, guys. I had to pause the video there because we live near the airport and the plane flies over ever so often. So as I was saying, the swamp, before it rains, those areas, the mosquitoes just lay their eggs, and of course, when it rains, they hatch and then they become quite a nuisance, really. And any still water. As well, they're hatching and just doing their thing. So that's one of the challenges that we have when we're in the garden. Like days like today, I had to come out and I had to use a mosquito fogger and walk around and just fog the area. So that's why they're kind of keeping at bay right now. I was out front just now where I started the video, and one was around me before. And I said, "Oh, you decided you want to come and make yourself present." So anyway, we got rid of him, but that's how it is. Anyway, just wanted to, talk about where we came from. So when we first built our property, we started building in 2002, and then we moved in in March of 2003, and all of our landscape was, most of this backyard actually, we had to fill it in. And so what we did was we focused on where our house was being built in terms of filling it in and building it up, compacting it and make sure it was fine to build on by planning regulations. And we also made sure that we did our pool area and the pool deck. So all around the pool area, and let me just flip my camera so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is my pool area, and let me walk around so you can have a better look. So this is my pool area. And so we did the entire deck and we did the pool. And so the only area that we had that was literally a landscape at the time was around the pool area. The pool house is there. We didn't have this done. We just had around here, and we had from here going back to this section here. We didn't even have it dressed like how you see all here is. We didn't have it dressed like that at all. All we did was actually just, we came out a little bit this way and we filled in a little bit and did some plants and planted these palms, these foxtail palms, and they were very small. Actually, my husband grew those from seeds, by the way. Isn't that amazing? Look at my husband's handiwork. I mean, guys, I'm so proud of him. I really am. He's been such a wonderful husband, such a wonderful friend, companion. This is all of this. We worked hard together, and we did. We're great in the garden together. He loves what I love, and you know that makes it a whole lot lighter when you're doing projects such as these for yourself. And so going back to what I was saying, that's where we started, and none of this was here. We slowly used a wheelbarrow, and we slowly got loads and loads of what we call crusher run, and we just kept filling in, and then we did in some areas like where we have our fruit trees to the back of our backyard. We did, when we were prepping that area, we then prepped it for the fruit trees. So yeah, that's kind of where we started. The whole front, the whole side, it was just, we did the front yard, of course, because that's, you know, where we have to access, come in the house, come around the side, and we, you know, filled in around the side of the house here. But the very back area, like in the back there, that took us a couple of years before we could even address that. But I do feel that doing the before and now videos, you guys would really appreciate some of the steps that we've taken to get to where we are. And I encourage each and every one of you that if you're starting, you have a new home, you have a new garden, you have a blank slate, or even if you already have something there, but you do want to make some changes, or you do want to improve upon and take some of the ideas that we've done here, I encourage you, don't be afraid. Just go at it, you know. And sometimes we go at things in the garden and they turn out even more beautiful than they were. And we were like, I'm not sure if I want to do that. And then we go, oh, I'm going to do it. You know, we just like brush it off and we say, okay, let's just do this. And that's where we are, you know. So it's just a great joy. I find it such a great joy to just get in the garden and just be able to Smell the fresh air, hear the birds. We hear the chickens too, right? But they're a bird, come on. But chickens and iguanas and mosquitoes are sometimes a nuisance to us here in the Cayman Islands. And so a lot of people, when we talk about chickens or iguanas or mosquitoes here in Cayman, we're like, ugh. But it's nature, and they too want to enjoy the garden. They too become territorial. They too thinks it's their place, and so sometimes we just share the space. But I enjoy the birds, and I enjoy seeing the butterflies from time to time. I enjoy seeing the bees and anything in nature that it's quite nice to see and plays a part in the garden. I appreciate. The only two things that is not my favorite in the garden, and I have to tell you, and that's snakes. I don't like snakes, and I don't see them often, but because we live near the bushes, and they do come over in the garden sometimes when they're hunting and looking food. Frogs are not my favorite either, but I'm not afraid of the frogs. It's just I don't like the frogs jumping on me. Some people be like, oh, but the frogs are so cute and whatever. We all have our own likes and dislikes. So those are just my two dislikes. I don't like to see the snakes. A matter of fact, that's one of the things that will have me exit the garden because I don't like to see them. And plane flying over again. Sorry, guys. Yes, and the frogs, if they're sleeping and they're just enjoying where they're, laying, or they're hopping away from me, I'm okay. I'm okay with them. I just don't like when they're about to jump. And if they're facing me, I tend to go the opposite direction. But yes, oh guys, there's some yellow birds. Let me see if I can show you these. 1 second. Isn't he cute? Look at him. I can't zoom in. I don't want to go any closer, guys. But he sees me, he's just doing his thing in the orchid tree. Look at the yellow bird. So these are some of the things, guys, that I truly enjoy when I'm in the garden. And sometimes we also get the parrots. Haven't seen them in a little bit though. I guess I don't know. It's been kind of strange. I haven't been seeing them lately, but I'm sure they'll be back. Yeah, I'm sure they'll show themselves because they do love the trees that we call Jamaica rain tree. And it usually is covered in flowers when it's rainy season. I'm just looking at them now to see if they have any. They don't have any much flowers on them, but I can take you so you can see. There's one of the limbs hanging over here, and it has 1 or 2 flowers on it. Let me see if I can show you guys. See, that's the flower right there, and this is the actual tree. I don't know if you can kind of see the flower a little better, but the flower comes all the way on this whole limb and all the way down. I mean, it just covers it. It's the most beautiful thing you want to see. I'm sorry, the sun is in my face, so if you see me frowning, it's very hot. But when it's in full bloom, I'll do another video so you guys can see how gorgeous it is. Well, guys, I just wanted to touch note on that to let you all know. We'll be just, doing some pruning up and trimming up today. Nothing special. But I just wanted to talk with you a little bit and to tell you like where where we're coming from and how we started out. So we started, like I said, in 2003 is when we moved in, and it took us a little while to get, you know, our ideas together. But I love to sit and just on paper just sketch out my garden, and that's exactly what I did. When we were going to build a house, I sat and I said to my husband, okay, this is what we should do, like where we should position the house on our property, and why. But he loves his fruit trees more than he loves flowers and plants, and I love the plants and flowers more than the fruit trees, but I love the fruit trees at the same time. So we both had love for both, but one just loved one more than the other. So it just worked out perfect, because where he loves something more, I love the other thing more. And so it just balanced out and everything just became wonderful for us. So, like I said, I would sit down and I would plan to sketch it out and said, okay, this is where we'll put the fruit trees in the backyard. Over time, I would love to do this. I'd love to pergola. I'd love pathways. All these ideas was what we wanted. So we just implemented those ideas. And I wish I could just find that sketch to just show you guys, and perhaps the next video or one of the other videos in the near future that I plan to do with the before and after, so you can see. I do have some videos and I do have some pictures, and I'm hoping to be able to combine that and put that together so you guys can see. So again, I want to thank every single person that's watching this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Susan of Garden Interests, and I always enjoy bringing something to you guys, and I hope that what we've brought to you in this video was informational, helpful, encouraging, inspiring for you to see that, over time you too can achieve a beautiful garden for yourself, and you too can also redo your garden and make it and tailor it and design it and just have it pulled together and make it something special and personal for you to enjoy every time you come in your garden, like I do and my husband does. I want to thank each and every person that has subscribed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Millions of thanks for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking all the wonderful comments. Guys, you're the best. Thank you so much. You are the best. I just feel like you guys have really inspired me, as much as I'm inspiring you, because I'm not one for the camera. And surprisingly, over, I would say maybe 2 years, my family has been saying to me, especially my daughter and my son. I have 2 children, and they're married now, and they as well as my husband's been encouraging me and says, why don't you do a YouTube or do an Instagram page or something? And so I started the Instagram page, and if you haven't checked it yet, it's just a few videos and a few pictures there, but as time go by, I just keep posting things here and there, so please check it out. It's the same as Garden Interests, and you can just go there and see some of the things that we've done. You'll actually see some of the transformations that we did with our side garden and our backyard as well, and you can see that it wasn't always that way, and how much work has been put into it. But as time go by, like I said, I will do before and after pictures, videos and pictures, that you can see what was done. But my children and my husband were really quite an inspiration for me. And they were very encouraging, and they built my courage to be able to do these videos and to share with you guys how much we do enjoy what we do. I am a creative being by nature, and I do multiple things. I just love to create, and sometimes the creations may not look all that great, but I just love to give it a shot. I just love to try, and pull things together, and I just visualize these things, and then I try to put them together, and sometimes they come out gorgeous, sometimes they come out great, sometimes they're a failure, but I have to say that I do enjoy creating things and putting things together. So thank you. I can't thank you enough for tuning into my channel and subscribing, sharing, liking, and just being so kind in your words towards our progress with building our channel. So again, I want to say for now, see you guys. Thank you again. Have a great day. Bye for now.